Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, out to West Lawrence High School here in the dugout with head baseball coach Brian Brown. And Coach Brown, it just gets better and better, doesn't it? The weather's better.
Oh, yes. Man, it's nice out here today.
Baseball's getting better.
Yes, sir.
Your field and all your facilities just look terrific.
I appreciate it.
You work hard at it, don't you?
There's a lot of hours that go to this place.
Yeah.
You know, as far as cutting the field and edging and raking up grass clippings, and it's just a lot of work.
Now, Coach, when you take pride in a facility, that transfers into the game.
Yes, sir. It does. When I cut the field and making it look nice, it's wonderful when the players walk down here and, Coach, man, field looks good. I'm like, that puts them in a positive, attitude and gives them something to smile about. And that's one thing I've learned over the years. Field looks good. Uniforms look good. A lot of times you play good.
Yeah.
So,
When you take pride in things, and you take the time to make things right in every aspect.
And I love it. I love working on the field. I mean, I just love coming out here and cutting grass. And that's a lot of times I'll go through the lineup in my head and go through different scenarios of, if this happens, what we're going to do here and this and that. And it's all about game plan, trying to get it worked out. So.
Yeah. And as soon as you play one, you got to get ready for the next one.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
So
let's recap a little bit on the last couple of games since we last had a coaches show. That's been a few days ago, Coach. A lot's happened.
Yes, sir. We had the whole series with Howard, last week.
Yeah.
And we went 3-0 last week, and I'll just jump right into it. Last Monday, we went to Howard. We won 14-1. A.J. Mathis, he pitched 5 innings, struck out 8, gave up 1 run, 1 earned. Mm-hmm. And Bradley Wilson pitched 2 innings and struck out 4, no runs, no hits. Great performance on the mound, by those guys.
Mm-hmm.
It was, it's a great week for us, leading up to the playoffs. We was able to get everybody in to pitch that we're going to depend on for the playoffs, and it was just good for us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's good. It's that mental thing.
That's right.
And a good series to end with.
It was. It was a great series to end with.
And in that game, other highlights.
All right, offensively, Colton Scott was 1 for 2 with an RBI. E.J. Holmes was 2 for 4 with a double and a walk. Bradley Wilson was 1 for 3 with an RBI. Brody Slaughter was 2 for 4 with an RBI. Parker Woods was the MVP of the game. He got the Army helmet.
Yeah. Parker
was 2 for 4, had a 3-run homer and a 2 RBI double. So he ended up with 5 RBIs on the game. Tyler Franks was 2 for 5 with 2 RBIs, 1 RBI and 2 doubles. Carson Estep was 1 for 3 with a double, and Paul Kellum was 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs in that ball game. So
all right.
We hit the ball up and down the lineup, in that game, and it was nice to see.
14 runs. How many hits?
We ended up, let's see, 14 hits.
14 hits, 14 runs.
Can't beat that.
You can't beat it, man.
So
that's awesome.
It was good. We played good defense, had good pitching, and hit the ball hard. So all 3 aspects of the game, come into play. And this is the time of year you won't start clicking on all cylinders. And that was good for us.
We talked before, Coach, about different parts of the season. You're beginning, and then when you get to this part, and then you going into the playoffs. It's different development that has to happen, and you have to see that come along in players.
Yes, sir.
That development.
We talked about at the beginning of the season. Our season is split up in 3 phases. You have phase 1, which is your non-region games. Mm-hmm. We had 14 non-region games. We went 11-3. Then we hit region play. That's phase 2, and we went 12-3. In region play, and now we're getting ready for phase 3.
Yeah.
This is when the fun really gets going in state playoffs.
Yeah.
So
let's cover that next game first.
All right, this was at home. It was senior night.
Yeah.
And we won that game 7-4. On the mound, senior Jake Helton pitched 4 strong innings, gave up 4 runs on 7 hits. Then Wade Brantley come in relief and pitched 3 innings. And that was the hardest Wade Brantley's pitched all year. I mean, he threw the ball well. His velocity was up, breaking pitch was biting hard, and he pitched good. He only gave up 1 hit in 3 innings.
All right.
So once again, pitching wise, that's 4 of our 6 guys that we like to that we're dependent on going into the state playoffs.
Yeah, you counting on.
Senior Ivy Phillips was in the leadoff spot that game. He walked twice. E.J. Holmes, senior. E.J. was 2 for 2 with 2 doubles and 2 RBIs. What a game he had for senior day.
Mm-hmm.
Then Jake Helton, we let him start on the mound, and he got to swing the bat as well. And he went 0 for 3. And then Wade come in to pitch, and Wade normally don't swing for us, during the season. And we said, well, Wade, you're going in Jake's spot in the order. Coach, I get to hit? Yes, sir. Sure does. So Wade's only at bat. He hit a hard line drive single right in the middle. So he was 1 for 1 that game.
All right, smiling everywhere.
Oh, yeah, smiling from ear to ear. Yes, he was. Let's see. Parker Woods, once again, he was 1 for 4. Mm-hmm. Tyler Franks had an RBI. Carson Estep was 1 for 2 with a walk and an RBI. Mm-hmm. And Paul Kellum was 1 for 2. So, we took advantage of some mistakes that Howard made. There was a couple times we stole third and threw the ball down left field line and we scored. So it was a great day for our team and especially for our seniors. On senior day.
Yeah. 7-4 the final score.
7-4. Yep.
Awesome.
So we won that one 7-4.
Mm-hmm.
And then Thursday we went back to Howard. We were supposed to play on Friday. On Good Friday, but there was 90% chance of rain, so we moved that game up to Thursday. And plus, we was out of school that day.
Yeah.
And it was my birthday, so that was great. Moving the game up to Thursday, so it was my birthday on Friday. We was out of school Friday, and it was a chance of rain Friday. So it was so we went up there on Thursday. We won 5-1. Colton Scott, once again, he was on the mound. He pitched 5 strong innings. Struck out 4, gave up 1 run, 1 earned. Then Tyler Franks came in and pitched the 6th inning. He pitched 1 inning and struck out 3 and walked 1. Didn't give up any hits, no runs. And Brady Wilson threw the 7th inning, and he struck out 2 in 1 inning. So once again, great performance on the mound. That gave all our guys, some innings for the week to build up going into state playoffs.
Yeah. So swept Howard. Everybody hit the ball well. Pitching came along, and we're going to turn the page. We're going to take a short break and come back, and we're going to talk about what's coming up next right out here at West Lawrence. We're talking Raider baseball with Coach Brown. Stay tuned.
If you're in the market for affordable transportation, come on in to Dublin Auto Sales. Getting to work, school, or around town every day requires dependable transportation, and that's what you'll find at Dublin Auto Sales. Offering in-house financing too, so credit is never an issue. See Wayne Kemp or any of his friendly staff, Bill Topping, Alan Fields, TJ DeRochi, or Freddie Cook. Look for Dublin Auto Sales at 1705 Telfair Street and 406 North Jefferson, and also at 511 North Jefferson, where you'll find a great deal. Dublin Auto Sales, affordable transportation you can count on.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
All right, welcome you back, ladies and gentlemen. We were talking about the final Howard game before we took a break, and we want to talk about offense and who performed the best.
Yes. Sam Reiner was in the leadoff spot. He went 1 for 4 with an RBI. A.J. Mathis was 1 for 4, but he hit a towering home run, 2-run shot, 2 RBIs.
All right.
So he hit the ball hard. Brody Slaughter was 1 for 4. Parker Woods, he was 1 for 3 that game. Tyler Franks was 1 for 2 with a walk. Carson Estep was 1 for 1, but he got hit by pitch twice. So had a good game that game too.
Yeah.
So in fact, for the week, the Georgia magazine, baseball magazine, every Monday morning we can nominate guys for player of the week. For last week, and there's 2 guys I nominated for that week. E.J. Holmes, I mean, he hit 500 for the week. So I nominated him, and Carson Eastep, he hit 500 for the week. So
You had two.
so it was good. Had two of them.
Hit 500 for the week.
Hit 500 for the week.
Come on, man.
So, and the week before that, when we played Spalding, I nominated Brody Slaughter that week. You know, he batted 600 for that week. So it was it's nice having different guys in different games, you know, doing stuff. And we hitting the ball up and down the lineup, and you know, good pitching. We're making some wonderful plays in the field, and this is the time you want to peak, and we're starting to.
Coach, you look at athleticism on your team, and just for a moment, give me your take on some of the athletes that you have who are dual sport. Now, it's great to play one sport and be phenomenal. Now, I'm all about it if that's your thing. Everybody's different, Coach.
Yes,
Everybody's different in life, but and in talents and what you want to do, what you want to be dedicated to. But now you have a few players out there who are very athletic. They football field. They playing baseball. You know, what do you think about kids that play more than one sport?
They need to play more than one sport. It just things that, you know, that especially football, you know, that teaches you. I mean, you got to fight back. You know, you get knocked down. You know, how you gonna respond? You know, you gonna get up, dust yourself off, and get ready for the next play, or you gonna you know, pout and, you know, make excuses and this and that. And, you know, football teaches you a lot about life, you know, and you get guys that, you know, that play football, that run cross country, that, you know, do all these other things where you got to be pushed individual wise. You know, that character is just really built, you know, in all sports. It's not just football and baseball and cross country. It's, you know, you got basketball, you got tennis, you got golf, you got track, you got wrestling. You know, it's wonderful, you know, seeing these kids be successful, you know, in all sports. I mean, soccer. I mean, our soccer team, I think our soccer boys going to the playoffs for the first time in school history, you know, and that's wonderful to see. I mean, it's nice that, you know, we're out here playing games and you sit over and, you know, you kind of scan the crowd in between innings and you see coaches from other sports, you know, out here watching. You see players from other sports out here watching.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a nice family out here. You know, we support all athletics, and we all feed off each other. I mean, what Coach Alligood and Coach Resprit and Coach McLean, what they're doing with our guys in the weight room is phenomenal. I mean, that's where it's won or lost, you know, up in that weight room.
Yeah.
You know, all our guys lift weights, you know, whether they got, you know, classes, you know, throughout the day, or we have a lot of them that come to zero period. You know, at 7:05 in the mornings, they'll come lift in the morning time.
Zero period.
Zero period. Yep. 7:05 to 8 o'clock.
All
you know,
right,
they'll lift before school even starts.
That's good.
And that's, you got guys that, you know, might be in band or other academics are taking up the four classes throughout the day, and they can't get into weightlifting.
Yeah.
So we got wonderful coaches up there. They come at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Hey,
say, come on, guys, come on.
That's true, and the technique, your form, the way they lift, it's incredible these days to be able to watch them power clean or you know, bench or squat. You know, back in the day, nobody would power clean so much, and then now they know but the form is perfect.
Absolutely, and nobody likes to lift weights. I mean,
come
I
on
mean,
now.
I mean, as far as squatting and power cleaning and stuff
You
like that.
got a few that do.
You got some that, you know,
the benefits
absolutely love
there.
it. But
Benefits there.
benefits there.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, you know, when these guys see the results from that hard work they putting in, they see that max go up. They see, they take the shirt off and they look in the mirror, you know.
About all that, but yeah, you do it, and just like you know, I was talking with somebody over the weekend, and they asked about a fella, you know, seasoned, let's say a little bit older than we are. I was asking, you know, which sport is AJ Mathis better in? And the comment from the other person was, well, I wouldn't want to put a limit on him. He's just a good athlete.
He's a good athlete. Whatever sport he's playing, he's going to.
That's right.
That's his best sport.
And EJ, and you go right on through Kellum. You go right on through. Just hard working. And so thanks for sharing that. And you need to pay attention to it, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of times, young people will get frustrated and they need to be encouraged.
Oh, yeah.
And they may hit a little wall there and they say, well, you know, I think I'm just going to drop this sport and I'm going to concentrate on whatever it is. You should play more than one sport. It develops you, doesn't it, Coach?
You know, if you're not being challenged, if you're not, you know, that's what we tell our kids. If you're not being, what we say, not successful at that moment, that's where you grow as a player. I mean, it's from the mistakes you make or not being successful. That's where you grow. That's where you become a true man. You know, and that's what we try to teach these guys is, you know, you got to work hard in every aspect of your life.
Yeah.
And I love it when they come down here like today, being Monday, it's squat day up there, you know, in the weight room. You know, and these guys will come down here, man, my legs are sore. You know, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
You know, and I tell those coaches up there, I like it when they come walking around and, you know, and here, and man, that coach, he really put it on us today, and that's wonderful. That's great.
That's work.
You don't ever want to come down here and, you know, hear the guys say, oh, we enjoyed weightlifting today. We ain't hardly do
It was
nothing.
a piece of cake.
Yeah, a piece of cake today.
Yeah.
No, we like it for them to come down here and say that, and
develop that body.
And I appreciate those coaches up there. You know,
I know
what
you
they do.
Thanks for sharing that, Coach. Now we got to talk about what's coming up in region play. Let's just go through how our region fell out on our side, how it landed.
Mary Persons ended up on top. They finished first in our region, 12-3. We finished second with 12-3, but Mary Persons beat us 2 out of 3 in the series.
Really, a one-game difference.
One game difference. So they won the series, won the region. We finished second. Upson Lee finished third, and Perry ended up fourth. And it come down to their last game with Spalding. That last game was, you win this game, you move on to the playoffs. If you lose, you're out. You take your stuff up.
Yeah.
So, and Perry ended up winning that game 5-3. And so Perry is going in as our number 4 seed. Man, our region, you know, from top to bottom, I know we swept Howard, but Howard beat a couple teams, you know, in the region. Yeah. And it's really prepared all of us, you know, for the state playoffs. And that's what we wanted.
What's the other side, and what region do we take on? What's in the bracket?
All right, the other side, we match up with Region 3 to start with.
Who is that?
Burke County finished on top. They're the 1 seed out of Region 3. So Perry's got to go to Burke on Wednesday.
All right.
Thompson Thompson Bulldogs, they finished second. And Thompson's got they'll host Upson Lee. They'll host Upson Lee on Wednesday.
Okay.
And then Cross Creek finished third. That's who we host on Wednesday.
All right.
That's a doubleheader starting at 5 o'clock. And then their 4 seed was Richmond Academy. Richmond Academy finished 4th out of their region, and so they'll have to go to Mary Persons.
All right. That's the way it lays out, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take a look ahead right after this break and see what to expect Wednesday when we start the first round of playoffs in baseball at West Lawrence, so stay tuned.
Hello, I'm Brad Grimes with the City of Dublin Natural Gas Department. How to recognize a natural gas leak. Look, some of the signs of a gas leak include seeing bubbling water, or dead or discolored vegetation in otherwise green area, or disturbed soil, or a dense mist above the pipeline. Listen, a hissing sound that is near gas lines, appliances, or meters that could indicate a leak.
Hello, I'm Eric Cates, Field Supervisor with the City of Dublin Natural Gas Department. How to recognize a natural gas leak. Smell. The distinctive odor of rotten eggs. Natural gas is an efficient, safe, colorless, and odorless gas. For easy detection, we add a harmless chemical to give gas a distinctive odor. Most people describe the smell as rotten eggs or hydrogen sulfide-like odor. Leave. Don't delay. Get away. Leave the area immediately and move to a safe distance away from the potential leak. Avoid using any sources of ignition such as cell phones, cigarettes, matches, flashlights, electronic devices, motorized vehicles, light switches, or landlines, as natural gas can ignite from a spark or open flame, possibly causing a fire or explosion. Natural gas is non-toxic, lighter than air, and displaces oxygen. In severe cases, if not used properly, natural gas can also lead to asphyxiation. Do not try to identify the source or to stop the leak yourself.
If you think you have a gas leak, we're on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Call us at 478-277-5048.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We want to talk now about Cross Creek. Next next on the agenda.
Yes, sir.
First round of the playoffs right out here. And you said the game starts what time Wednesday?
5 o'clock Wednesday.
5
and it's a
o'clock.
doubleheader. So if you can't get out here at 5, whenever you get off work or whatever, come on, because we're playing 2 ball games.
You'll be playing ball.
Yes, sir. Yep, you'll see 14 innings.
All right.
Cross Creek Razorbacks, they got a good team. Coach Cummings does a good job with those guys. In fact, the last 2 years, he's had some guys, get drafted in the going to Major League Draft, from there. So
Got a good program.
yeah, I mean, I call around. That's what I've been doing all weekend. In fact, me and some coaches, we're calling each other, yesterday afternoon after we done had Easter at church and, ate dinner with our folks. It's time to go to work. So we started calling each other, getting scouting reports. And Cross Creek's a good ball club. In fact, I'm just talking to a couple of their coaches in their region. Now, they wouldn't give up their information. They had kind of have a gentleman's agreement, in their region.
Yeah.
But they said, Coach, there's no reason Cross Creek shouldn't have ended up, number 1 or number 2. He said they got some guys that can play.
Yeah.
He said they were just very fortunate that they come out on top. A couple games against them, but some other schools I called. I'm not gonna give those schools
That's
out because I don't want
Go ahead.
to
Don't
throw
roll
anybody
over
under the
on
bus.
them. That's right.
But first thing that comes out of their mouth, they talk about Patterson kid. He's their center fielder. He runs like a 6'2", 6'3", and a 60.
Yeah.
Which is fast.
Yeah.
I mean, our fastest guy runs a 6'6", 6'5". That's moving.
Yeah.
That's Terrence Gore speed, the leadoff hitter for Kansas City Royals.
Yeah.
But yeah, he can run. He's extremely fast. When he gets on the bases, they said that coach don't even give you any signs. He's got the green light. Whenever he wants to go, he goes.
Go.
So, but he swings the bat pretty well. Good contact hitter, puts the ball in play. Pitching wise, they've got a kid named last name Howell. He's a right-handed pitcher. He's going to he's already signed with Middle Georgia College and State University.
All right.
He throws in the mid-80s, which is very similar to what we've seen in our region all year.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
then they got another kid, last name Neely. We'll probably see him game 1. They said they'll throw their number 1 guy game 2. We'll see him game 1, and he's upper 70s, low 80s, but he spots it up real well, throws strikes, got a good breaking pitch.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what you get, out of everybody in 4A. Everybody's got at least, 1 or 2 guys that can really throw, and the rest of their pitching staff, they got 3 or 4 other guys that they rely on, but nothing overpowering. Just all of them, they throw strikes. They throw strikes. They play, pretty solid defensively, and you got to beat them with the bats. And that's one thing I'm gonna share with our guys today. Is go over the scouting report with them, what we got on them, and hey, you're in the state playoffs. It's best 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
We want to win 2 and move on.
Yeah.
So I like our chances. I really do. Just looking at how our, the state brackets set up. If we can get by this week, we're probably going to Cairo, next Thursday and Friday, we hope. But I don't want to look ahead, but, that's Cairo's, number 4, number 3, and number 4 in the state. I think they only got 1 loss, on the year.
Yeah.
So, but this is what we play for, and these guys are, they're excited.
They're accustomed to it, Coach. You've been through rounds of playoffs each year, year after year, year after year, and these young men thrive on it. That's why they know this is the part of the season where you have to step it up. And the last few games have shown that with hitting the ball.
Yep.
Like you say, most teams are going to have pretty solid pitching, 1, 2, and maybe 3, maybe 4. But and they're going to play tough in the field.
Yes, sir.
Other than them just having a bad day, they're going to play exceptionally well in the field. You have to hit the ball.
You got to hit it. Yeah, hit it. We challenged our guys at the beginning of the year. We knew what we was going to have on the mound. We knew we could throw it.
Yeah.
And we know we're going to be able to play, good defensively.
Mm-hmm.
Our season is going to depend on how well we hit the ball. If we hit the ball well, we'll go far.
All right.
So,
all right, now, Coach, when we show up out here on Wednesday, fans, you want to be sure to wear blue.
Yes, sir. Wear blue. Absolutely. Wear blue. Be loud. Come out here and, get here early. We'll take infield, outfield, probably about 4:30.
Yeah.
And they'll take it after us. And you know, we're looking for a big crowd and be loud and excited and, you know, show these guys some love. I mean, they feed off that crowd. You know, people out here, they, you know, showing up and, you know, being loud and supportive and, you know, we want a nice positive environment because you never know who's coming. I mean, folks from my hometown, they'll show up for games and so it's a good atmosphere, and we want our guys to feed off of it and everybody have a good time.
Yeah, and we want you to turn out and have a good time. That's Wednesday, doubleheader. Now, if we were to split,
Thursday, we have one game Thursday. That's the if game. Will be at 6 o'clock. That'll be at 6 o'clock. Start on Thursday.
Okay, all right. Want to make note of that, Coach. Thanks for what you're doing. Continued success.
Thanks for what y'all do. I mean, this is awesome. I mean, what TV 35 does for our community. You know, it's about these kids. You know, and getting them exposure and talking about them, and you know, I love it. I love doing this every week. You know, getting here talking. I talk to other coaches. They're like, man, I just don't like to talk on TV and this and that. And I said, hey, once you do it a couple of times, it's like riding a bike.
That's right. And what better, like you say, what better opportunity to be able to brag on these young people? So when you see them out in the community, ladies and gentlemen, pat them on the back, talk to their parents, encourage them, send word in some way, shape, or form, but turn out Wednesday and let's support Raider baseball.
If you can't come, our game will be Clay Reynolds has done a wonderful job on 92.7, you know, live coverage.
Yep.
Or follow us on Game Changer. You know,
Clay.
So we appreciate everything that this community does. It's a great place to live. Yeah. There's no place like Dublin, you know. So, and I can say that because I'm not from here, you know, and it's just wonderful seeing my own two boys, you know, grow up in this community. So we appreciate you, and thank you for supporting us, and keep us in your prayers, and pray we go far.
With that note, we'll end the program for today. You'll see us right here next time, right here on TV 35.
Thank you.
First Lawrence Bank invites you to experience banking at its best. Whether you have personal or business needs, we're a full-service bank big enough to handle all of your banking needs and small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank like First Lawrence Bank. Looking forward to your future? That's First Lawrence Bank in Dublin and Dexter, member FDIC.